Hello guys, welcome to TMX Adventures. Lisa here. Today I'm coming to you. It is 5:40 in the afternoon in Queensland time, and I am going to use some more of my freezer stash, mainly because it's been a hectic week. We have another birthday celebration in the house tomorrow, and so we've been getting organised for that, and we were supposed to actually be camping. Part of the reason I prepped all this and with intention over the last few weeks has been because we were due to go camping for my son's birthday this week. Now, with the cyclone, we didn't get camping, so it's great because I can still use them, but it's also great because life's been busy, so being able to pull them out and go with them has been really cool. If you're watching on today, say hi. If you're brand new here, welcome. My name is Lisa. And yeah, if you have a Thermomix and you know people who have Thermomixes, share these videos with them. Whether you're sharing the replay, which will jump up on YouTube at about 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight, or whether you're watching on Facebook, welcome. But do share these videos. They are there to help you and them get the most out of a Thermomix. There is so much this can do to serve you well in the kitchen and make your life easier. Okay, and then my job is really to help you continue to get more out of it because there is so much it can do. So these sources, they were just part of that. I put together this ebook where it's just 3 or 4 steps, really simple, simplifying recipes down, tweaking them to make them bigger serves, so you can do 2 sauces or 4 if you're, say it's just you and your other half. You could use these and pack up 4 serves worth. How cool is that? So this is the satay. This is a peanut sauce that I'm going to show you today, and I'm just simply putting it with 600 grams of thighs using the Thermomix. But if you are camping, you can be using this in a saucepan. I wouldn't be trusted. I will burn it. That's why we don't own saucepans anymore. But if that's how you cook, you could be putting this in a saucepan with your chicken, your beef, your lamb, your veggies if you're a vegetarian, and literally stirring and cooking it over a slow simmer until it is cooked. If you have only a fire to cook with, you are frying off your meat first, and then you're putting the sauce in to just kind of coat it and warm up at the end. But for us with the Thermomix, hands-free cooking for the next 17 minutes, thanks to the Thermomix. Okay, so first things first, I've got my sauce in here. Now you'll notice the video you saw me in the other day, I had the silicone bags. I used all my silicone bags, 14 of them to be precise. So I was in the vacuum seals from the mix shop. So this is another option. For those of you who are looking at caravanning, check what size fits in your freezer. Because when you freeze these, you want to freeze them flat packed. Of course, the reason being it's really easy to defrost. And you see how much space that takes up flat? It's like a centimetre and a half. So really easy then to use them. Now, none of the recipes are overly spicy. They're very flavoursome, but they're not spicy because my family won't do spice. I do talk about in the videos, so the thing that sets the ebook apart is the fact that really the videos are what's important. The ebook is there as a handy tool, and I even will be giving you the links to Cookidoo 3.0 so you can download them for those of you who have it. If you don't have it, it's okay, you'll have the ebook, you can follow it. And it's only 3 steps, each recipe, I think one's got 4. The others are all 3. That's all I can handle when I cook from a non-guided recipe, and that's why I created them. But yes, you'll see, when the time comes, and I was hoping next week to share it with you. However, I've realised I'm going to Hobart next week. I realise that time has come up. So we'll see what happens time-wise, what I get around to doing. So here we go. So I'll just put this into the bowl. I'm just squeezing out what they can. I reuse these until they're pretty much dead or until they get a hole in them, which sometimes happens because when they get used, that's the risk, right? So this is the beautiful peanut sauce. Now, if you have a peanut allergy, obviously this recipe is not for you. Is there a substitute? Is there a substitute for peanut butter, guys? I don't know. I'd say sunflower, right? But then it's not like peanut sauce. It's sunflower sauce, and I don't know what that would taste like. So I'm sorry, but I do think if you are somebody who unfortunately has a peanut allergy, just skip this recipe, okay? So I have that sauce in. It's about 500 mils worth. Now I've got my meat. I think I've got about 600. I do find 600 is on the upper amount of what you can kind of use because, and it's thighs, but 600 I find the sauce, you nearly want a little bit more sauce sometimes. But 600 is our good amount as our family feeding 6 of us. So that's why I tend to use about 600. Now that is thigh, and it's about finger size. So I just really loosely dice it. That one was really skinny. Let's see if I can find a realistic size bit. Here we go. I'm trying not to touch it, can you tell? There you go, look. See that size? That's the size. So you want that. Then we want to grab a spatula and give it a quick stir. We want to coat it all before we get this started. So yeah, so 600 grams is kind of the maximum you'd want to put. However, remembering in your freezer, you have the other sachet in it. You have the other bag of the other portion. So it's easy enough then to actually put that in if you really wanted to bulk it up. Hello, Gwenda. Lovely to see you on today. All right, and thank you for saying hi. It's always nice to know people are watching. I'm just coating it, okay, giving it a quick stir around. This does two things. Number one, it's going to help it cook faster. Number two, it doesn't stick to the bottom because otherwise you've got this big clump of sauce sitting on the bottom and the chicken's sitting on top. And I just find you end up with a burnt bit on the bottom. You know, of course, with the Thermomix that when you burn something to the bottom, it's not the end of the world. We do not have to throw our pans out. You can either use something called a scrubby to just give it a little rub around, which is a cotton recycled product. Really fabulous little things. They're in the mix shop, I think. Otherwise, you can find them at kitchenware shops usually. Or alternatively, if it's a real good burn, citric acid. So 1 tablespoon of citric acid, about 1.5 centimeters of water, and then boil it. So if you're on a TM31 or a TM5, that's about 10 minutes of aroma, slow stir. Or speed 1. If you're on a TM6, we have our kettle function, which lives under our modes, and we can just cook it off. And then get your spatula after it's boiling. Be careful, it's hot, but wipe it around. The black lifts. If it doesn't lift off, just leave it soak for a moment or two, and then it'll come off. Like it's like a high concentrate of acid. Some people use vinegar, but I just find doesn't always work, whereas the citric acid is that highly concentrated and it just works. Okay, we need to put now our... There you go. You can see what it looks like. By the way, beans in here, broccoli, really yummy, okay? I don't have them. The shops have been pretty bare since the cyclone of fresh stuff, so I've got to work with what I've got. Okay, we need on a TM6 a simmering basket to stop it splattering out the top because we're going to be going higher than 90. If you've got a TM31 or a TM5, you probably, in this case, it's not likely to boil up and splatter. But put your simmering basket on top anyway. Okay, so 17 minutes is about the mark it takes. However, okay, cook times for meat. I'm going to say in the ebook, usually 15 to 17, but I'm also always going to say, check your meat to check it's cooked. Your fridge might have cooler meat than mine does. You may even have frozen meat that you've chucked into this. The great thing is, if you do need more cook time, you literally just go, right, I want 5 more minutes. You know, so I might come back and I might have put double meat in and double sauce in, and I'm gonna have to cook it longer, and that's okay. So that's the beauty of Thermomix cooking. We can go 17 minutes, 100 degrees, and then we're simply going to put it on reverse. Reverse is really important because you don't want to chop up your chicken. If you've got breast, you've got to watch it. It cooks faster, and as soon as it hits that cook stage, it will pull a bit like your rump will if you're not watching. So something to note, if I was doing breast in here, I would do 12 minutes. I would come at 12 and give it a stir with my spatula, get a bit of an idea about how cooked it is, put another 5 minutes on, come back in 5, check it again. Okay, unless you like pulled meat, otherwise it's going to pull, and then probably you'll find at that point it's done. But again, depends on how big you cut it up. It depends how cold your chicken is. Yeah, so that would be my suggestion on if you're using breast. You can use it. It's just something to be mindful of. Okay, so then slow stir. And in 17 minutes, this will be done. And I will share a photo. So if you're always curious about the final product, you need to check YouTube. When I come over into YouTube in the evenings, I put up as the cover photo and the final photo, the actual product, the final product, okay? So it's well worth just having a little sneak peek over there. And sometimes as well, if the recipe is like a 2-part recipe, or say this is raw, say I came back in 17 minutes and I had a look and it was raw, I would actually record that. And when it comes to going onto YouTube later this evening, I will actually plug it together. So I'll finish this one, I'll start the next one, and I'll say, hey guys, it was raw. I wanted to show you what I'll do to fix it so that you guys can see that. So it is well worth, if you are over on YouTube, check that out, hit subscribe so that you can kind of see those, problem solvings, because that's what gives you confidence when you have those moments in your kitchen as well. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I'm going to go chill out for a little while, and I'm going to start throwing some clothes at suitcases for next week. Tomorrow we have my son's birthday, so I have a recorded YouTube going up for you, which is another freezer packed recipe. So I'm excited to show you that, a freezer filling recipe. So that will come up tomorrow afternoon. Keep an eye out for that. But otherwise, if I can help you with the Thermomix, reach out. Love to help you. If you've got questions with your TM31, your TM5, or your TM6, I'm always happy to hear from you. You can contact me through Facebook, or otherwise my website is a great tool over there as well. But otherwise, take care, and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.